Hi guys, this is Greg Doyle here for Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. We're back. I can't believe we're back. It seems as though it's been forever since I spoke to you guys. I hope you have all been keeping safe. I know it's been a testing and horrible time for everyone, but I'm so happy and delighted to be back. And what better way to come back than to discuss a British and Commonwealth title fight. So we'll get right into it. So the fight that I'm here to discuss with you guys takes place this Friday, 10th of July, on the Frank Warren Show on BT Sport, and it is between the British champion, who is Brad Foster, and he is 12 wins and 2 draws, and he takes on James Beech Jr., who is 12 fights, 12 wins. Really great main event to come back to, guys. I'm watching a lot of both guys over the past few days. Brad Foster is a guy that's maybe a little bit more familiar name terms with us. We know about his fights with Lucien Reid back to back, and I've done a little bit of my homework on James Beech Jr. as well. So as always, we're not going to change things up too much, guys. I'm going to give you a quick background into both guys, where I see the fight being won, and finally my prediction. So we'll start off with James Beech Jr. I watched a little bit of James today. He's a very, very good fighter. There's something about James Beech Jr. that I really, really like. The only thing with him is I think he's a little bit green, but that's not a bad thing. That's just an area where experience needs to be built, and how you get experience is by taking on board challenging fights, and I don't think it's going to become much more challenging than it is on Saturday when he takes on the British champion, Brad Foster. So one of the fights that I really paid attention to with James was his last fight with Luke Jones. Close fight. I think he won it by 1 point on the scorecards. Some things that James Beech does that I think this boy could be a very, very good fighter if he continues to grow in the way that he is just now. Keeps his feet level on the ground. He throws some really nice shots. A combination that really jumped out to me when I watched this fight with Luke Jones, and it's not one that you see very often. It's a very old school basic move, but he throws it really well. He'll come downstairs with a jab, and then he'll come up and throw a straight 1-2. But the technique and the way in which he throws it is beautiful, because it's almost like it's poetry motion, the way it brings his body down and up to throw the shots. That is tremendous to see, and if Brad Foster's not in his game and that catches the judge's eye, it could be a really long night for Brad Foster. But James Beech is someone who I think is only going to improve the older that he gets. I think he's only about 23 or so, James Beech, so he's still a baby in the pro game, very similar to Brad Foster. Brad Foster's only 22, but James Beech looks as though he's still got a bit of growing to do, so fingers crossed he continues to progress the further that his career goes on. Then we've got the British champion, we've got Brad Foster. As I say, he's 12 wins and 2 draws. I've seen quite a bit of Brad Foster. I think the fights with Lucien Reid, both of them, really improved his stature and his know-abouts for the British boxing fans, because a lot of people, they quite fancied Lucien Reid, didn't they? Lucien Reid was hyped to be a very good fighter. He's still a very good fighter, but he was hyped to be maybe the best of the bantamweights down in that division. So he's done very, very well there, Brad Foster. I think the first one was a majority draw, and the second time Brad Foster stopped Lucien Reid, and I watched a bit of the second fight today. So he's continued to grow. He's picked up the British and Commonwealth titles, and I think although he's the younger guy by a year roughly, Brad Foster, it just seems that little bit more schooled, because he's fought at a level like your Lucien Reids back to back on your BT Sports, where the pressure's really been on both times. So those things will really, really help you grow as a fighter, as most of the pros will know. Brad Foster, his strengths for me is he puts on a lot of pressure. He throws a nice crisp jab, and he seems to have a good engine, Brad Foster. He seems to be able to go through the gears, and I think that's what caught Lucien Reid off guards as well, was that engine. When you think he's 22, he's a bit green, can he go through the gears? Is he got that experience to know when to turn it on and when to sit back on the jab, etc. And the second time against Lucien Reid, he boxed so well, especially from round 3 to 6. He just really started to lay his shots well, and I think it took Lucien Reid off guard quite a bit. But we're over and we're on to prediction time. Got to give you guys a prediction. I like to talk up both guys, but at the end of the day, we're here to find out which way I think that the fight will go. I think it'll be a very entertaining fight. I think that James Beech is just going to be a little bit too green. I think he's going to be a good fighter, James Beech, if he continues to grow at the speed and rate that he is just now. But at the moment, I just think Brad Foster might be a little bit too sharp for him. So my prediction for Friday night's fight, I should say, is for Brad Foster to potentially stop James Beech in the second half of the fight or win a relatively wide points decision. I think it'll be a very entertaining fight, but my prediction is for Brad Foster to retain his British and Commonwealth super bantamweight titles by second half stoppage or on points. Guys, I say it's really great to be back and speaking to you. I've really missed the videos and catching up with all of you. So thanks very much for tuning in. If you want to see more from me, you can check out the YouTube channel. We've also got our Twitter and Facebook channels that have still remained active. That is Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. Guys, take care. Thank you.